Natasha Hall, CJAD 800.
Weight loss. It can feel like an impossible goal. I mean, maybe you've made changes to your lifestyle and you're working out regularly, but you're still not getting the results you want. So that might be because it's really hard to make sense of all the conflicting advice from health websites or your friends and family. It's not easy to separate fact from fiction, right? So let's debunk some common weight loss and exercise myths. My next guest, Dr. Mimi Secor, is a nurse practitioner, fitness and health advocate. Her book is Debut a New You, Transforming Your Life at Any Age. She offers tangible ways to exercise and eat right to achieve your weight loss goals. Hello, Dr. Secor.
Hello, Natasha. How are you?
I'm well. Am I saying it right? Secor?
Perfect. Secor is perfect.
Thank you so much. And I love the first name, Mimi. It was on my list for our daughter.
Oh, that's great.
So let's go through some of these. You know, I think people don't know where to start, and I think they just want to try anything. Does weight loss have to go hand in hand with exercising?
Absolutely not, Natasha. One of the myths is that you have to exercise to lose weight. Most weight loss is actually related to what we eat. And it's actually sometimes helpful in the beginning to not exercise because exercising can make us hungry. And in the beginning, you want some glory, you want some weight loss. So it's also overwhelming to do too much at one time.
Okay, that's so interesting. Yeah, go on.
I usually encourage, let's work on eating first.
That is, I love because you're wanting the reward right away, right? And that's so interesting to me. I never thought about that, but the more you exercise, the more you're going to want to eat.
Yeah, it makes us hungry.
But do people freak out when you propose this, Dr. Secor? Do they say whoa, wait a second, you're telling people not to exercise?
We tell, my daughter and I work together as Coach Kat and Dr. Mimi, and we explain to our students, often they're older women that are really frustrated with their lack of ability to lose weight. We tell them, look, it's a step-by-step process. We want this to be easy for you. And the biggest bang for your buck is going to be working on your eating plan, your nutrition, in order to start seeing weight loss.
Okay, so let's talk about the food that we do eat and lessening our intake, because that can be harder said than done, too. The myth would be just eat less?
There is a myth, eat less, but that sometimes can backfire too. A lot of, especially women, cut back so severely on their intake that it slows their metabolism down. So one of the first things we have to do is get a baseline. Like just have you record your food, everything you're eating, nibbles, licks, bites, all of it, and figure out what your basic intake is. And if that's maintenance, then you know that's how many calories you should be eating to maintain weight loss. So that's a starting point. So many people miss the starting point.
Writing it all down.
Yep, and there are apps for that now. So many wonderful apps. My favorite app is MyFitnessPal. And I literally have been using it for 7 years.
No
Not
way.
every day, every minute, but literally 7 years.
I just wrote it down, MyFitnessPal. Okay, I got to just say, though, Dr. Secor, just the thought of writing it all down or using one of these apps and then seeing it, that kind of horrifies me. Do you hear that from people?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Natasha, part of this process is just to appreciate that writing it down is going to have an impact on us, right, on our decision making. Oftentimes, students will say to us, wow, I hadn't thought about if I have to write it down, maybe I won't eat it. And that actually has been found to be true through research. The people are much more careful about what they eat when they know they have to write it down. And once you've got your basic foods in an app like MyFitnessPal, it's super easy to find those entries, so it's not a big burden.
Okay, I'm liking the sound of this. I'm liking a lot of what I'm hearing here. Now, I have a friend who's like a complete, he hardly eats anything. He works out, no joke, twice a day. And if you eat something like, a handful of Doritos or a cheeseburger in front of him, he's going to be like, well, that's 10 push-ups or that's an hour on the elliptical or whatever, Can you burn off an unhealthy diet?
Absolutely not. So there's a myth that you can out-exercise an unhealthy diet, and it's not true. You cannot out-exercise an unhealthy eating plan. So you have to figure out, what it is that your body needs to eat in order to lose weight. And again, that comes from the baseline. So you cannot out-exercise an unhealthy diet.
Okay, so I'm taking us back to the beginning here. So first things first, write it down. Second things second, try and, pay it. Obviously, when you're writing it down, you're going to be paying more attention to what you're eating.
Yeah.
And then try,
Yeah.
what kind of things should we be gravitating towards to eat in terms of eating more healthily?
Whole food, real food, lean protein, fresh fruits and vegetables. Green vegetables in general are lower calorie. When you think about it, kale, green beans, broccoli, those are all much lower calorie than corn, peas, those higher, what we call glycemic vegetables. So you want to kind of keep those minimal. Fruit. You don't want to eat fruit morning, noon, and night. I used to eat fruit a lot. Didn't realize it was high calorie. Not as high calorie as fat, but it still adds up quickly. So 1 cup of fruit is a serving. It's 30 grams of carbs. 1 cup of fruit. So you don't want to just pound down fruit all day long.
No, I mean, I like fruit, but I'm with you on that. We're speaking with Dr.
A lot of people do. They're like, oh, fruit's healthy. I'll just eat a lot of that all day long.
That would mess with your sugar levels, too, I would think, especially like for diabetics and stuff. You'd have to be very careful.
You absolutely have to be very careful. And a lot of us are carb sensitive, so a few carbs are way better than a lot of carbs.
Okay. It's a little heartbreaking, I'm not going to lie, but
It's heartbreaking.
We're speaking,
heartbreaking.
Yep. We're speaking with Dr. Mimi Secor, nurse practitioner, fitness and health advocate. Her book is Debut a New You, Transforming Your Life at Any Age. Dr. Secor, I'm wondering about this, and I didn't see this in your list of myths. I'm just curious. I've heard from people that when you start exercising a lot, and you're gaining muscle mass, that your weight can actually go up because the muscle mass it's heavier, it weighs more.
Yes, absolutely. That's one of the reasons why if people hold off a little bit on their exercise, when they start losing weight, they'll see the scale changing and they'll feel really good about their progress. Whereas if they start exercising right when they start, changing what they're eating, it can be ungratifying just because of that fact. So if you're exercising significantly while you're trying to lose weight, that can actually backfire. And the other way it can backfire is by increasing our stress level, which increases our cortisol, which can make it harder to lose weight. Our bodies don't like too much exercise. They perceive it as a stress.
Oh, that's so interesting. Yeah, and then when we're stressed out, we want to eat cheeseburgers, so we're stuck in a vicious cycle. So you can over-exercise?
Yes, you can over-exercise. That's what I'm saying. So if we over-exercise, our stress level goes up, our cortisol level goes up, and guess what? We'll stop losing weight. Our metabolism reacts to that stress by storing more calories.
Dr. Secor, does it boil down to striking a balance that works for you? Like, I have a feeling you can't just sort of paint everybody with the same brush.
Absolutely not. Everyone is their own, what I refer to as a science experiment. We're all different. Metabolically, we're all different. So you have to figure out what your baseline is, and you have to tweak it a little bit. That's why it's really important to work with someone that has a good nutritional base and someone that really knows how to work with people around the complexities of our science experiments, our bodies.
Our own science experiment. Okay, so say someone's doing this. They're following the steps. They're writing it down. They're eating, a little less fruit, less carbs. They're trying to strike that balance of the right amount of exercise, and they're still not losing weight. It's still not working for them. Then what?
Then they probably need someone to help them. That's why my daughter and I do what we do. And my Debut a New You book is free right now as a free download audiobook. So
Cool.
It's debuteanewyou.com/free. debuteanewyou.com/free. We need help. We can't always go solo. In fact, I always say going solo is a no-no. We need people with greater expertise to guide us and support us and give us the kind of accountability that will really make a big difference for us.
I wish you could see all the notes that I took during this interview. So I've written down my Fitness Pal. I've scribbled down.
Don't forget water. Don't forget sleep.
Okay.
Don't forget stress reduction. All really, really important concepts.
Great. And debuteanewyou.com/free.
Right.
Hugely important. Okay. So Coach Kat and what do you call yourselves again? The duo?
Coach Kat, K-A-T, and Dr. Mimi.
I love it, Dr.
We have a Facebook page. We have a website.
I'm going to go
check
check
my daughter
it
and I.
Oh, good for you. What a nice team and how lovely to speak to you today. I really like what you have to say. Thanks for your time, Dr. Mimi.
Thank you, Natasha Hill. Have a great day.
You take care. That is Dr. Mimi Secor, nurse practitioner, fitness and health advocate. Again, the book, Debut a New You, Transforming Your Life at Any Age. Like she said, you can get it free. Who knew? I didn't know that. Great little bonus there. DebutanewYou.com/free. It's 3:45.